War. War never changes. Since the dawn of man, humanity has struggled with one another for resources. In the 21st century, this has led to war, famine, and disease, with a growing possibility of total nuclear annihilation. To survive, we will assume that we have no vaults, no bunkers, no salvation. Instead, we will focus on expert advice to ensure your safety and that of others. By using the hierarchy of controls, we will attempt to isolate ourselves from Armageddon. While one would typically attempt to eliminate or substitute a hazard, we aren't the ones dropping these bombs now, are we? We're the ones dropping these bombs? Thanks to NUKE Map, we have been able to develop a scenario focused on an airburst detonation at Williamtown RAF Base. An airburst detonation consists of two parts, the air and the burst.
And that concludes our intensive 3-week course.
Our scenario accounts for aerial dispersal of radioactive materials, as well as initial impact damage, following the impact of an 800 kiloton nuclear warhead, the Russian Topol SS-25. Now, believe it or not, the greatest danger during the initial impact, other than the obvious, is the danger to your eyes. No, it isn't because of the light itself, but rather from harmful UV radiation. As all Australians know, the response to potential UV damage is to slip, slop, slap. Additionally, be prepared with a set of Cancer Council approved sunglasses available at your local chemist. Depending on your location, you may or may not be in immediate danger. To check, simply extend one arm, close one eye, and hold your thumb over the prevailing mushroom cloud. If the mushroom cloud is not covered by the thumb, don't worry, it won't be long. However, if you're unlucky enough to be outside the blast radius, then it's time to take action. Experts suggest to duck and cover. This Cold War anachronism suggests that you move beneath your desk where, due to economic downturn, I assume you've already been living for weeks. Be sure to keep your face down and your arms covered, leaving your mouth open to relieve pressure on your eardrums. To ensure your mouth remains open, be sure to scream, cry, or pray as your workplace allows. If you happen to be in an area with adequate facilities, you may choose to take shelter in a bathtub. Be sure to avoid all doorways and glass, such as windows, Taps and faucets in your bathroom can be used as a temporary water source in the interim. Remain indoors until radiation levels decrease, about 80% over the next 24 hours. Fallout will be deposited over the next 7 days, thankfully carried by a generous sou'easter and only decimating Singleton and Musselbrook. If your facilities are unsuitable shelter from atomic onslaught, you may take refuge next to stable furniture, such as a table or lounge. However, if you're outdoors, it's best to seek whatever protection you can. This can include laying down in a gutter. This protects your body and prevents the prevailing pressure wave from turning you into a projectile that can cause harm to yourself and others. While many movies and TV shows may suggest that nuclear blasts can be survived by seeking refuge in a household refrigerator, this proves unfeasible in reality. Before emerging from your makeshift bunker or survival hole, ensure that appropriate administrative controls are in place, including processes for access and egress, as well as a policy on who to eat. Ensure that this is in line with pre-existing discrimination policy. Once in the wasteland, be sure to don appropriate PPE.
Congratulations, you have now survived the end of days.